Hey, it's cold and it's like 1 degree outside. That's not true. Hey, it's like in the 20s. It's cold. I have no heat, so trying to work as fast as I can and try to make as much sense as possible. But I'll let you know what's going on real quick. Okay, so turbo 6 liter update. Nothing new really. Threw the bearings in it here real quick to figure out what my oil clearance is going to be on the crank, and it's all over the place. So for whatever reason, the number 5 and number 1 main cap, the oil clearance is 1/1000 bigger there than it is on the rest of the engine. So I knew that was going to be an issue, and the crank is being polished, and there's 1/1000 undersized main bearings in here. The part number is whatever this is, MS2199H-1. All right. Get those through All-Star Oils, preferably. So the only idea I could come up with on this was to put 1/1000 shim stock. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if I can show you real fast. This is like the last thing you want to do. This is like last resort stuff, but this is a piece of stainless steel sheet metal that is 1/1000 thick. Okay, this is probably a stupid idea, but I'm good with it. And I'm putting it on the caps, the main caps. So between the bearing and the cap, there will be a 1/1000 shim to push the bearing this way, closer down, 1/1000. So then it brings my oil clearance all the way through the engine, 2.5 thousandths, all the way through, almost on the money. Except for the middle one, for some reason, it's 1/1000 tighter than the rest of them. So I'm going to Scotch-Brite 1/1000 out of that center bearing. All right. I know what you're gonna say. This is horrible. It's horrible. All right. So let's move on to the engine, to the car, anyways. So I just broke the steam line nipple off the top of this radiator, my last good radiator. So that was awesome. And I've just got the radiator mounted here in the front of the car. I moved it forward. It's 5.5 inches forward on the bottom, and something like 3.5 inches on the top. Maybe closer to 4. I can't remember. Anyways, it made more room for the turbo. So the turbo is not going with the supercharger, although that would be really cool. I don't see that being really useful. The supercharger is so hot, and we need an intercooler real bad, and I mean real bad. So I don't know what I'm gonna do there, but we'll figure it out. So eventually, when I switch over to the 6 liter, we'll be using the same exhaust manifolds. So as of right now, I can go ahead and mock up and make all of the exhaust stuff on this engine. All right, so I'm going to be using the Holley high ram lower and the Holley high ram lid, the original lid. That has the funky neck coming down here. All right, so I bought a long time ago this 3-inch V-band to T6 adapter. It's a stainless piece from somebody. I don't know. If I can figure it out, I'll put the link down in the description. And so the turbo, it'll be spaced out another inch. I'm gonna see if I can find like a spacer, 1-inch spacer for this T6 housing deal. Looking back on it, I really wish I'd went with a T4. Just saying, but because this is just a goofy deal. So it's coming straight out from the hooker manifold. All right. The drain on the turbo is high enough that this will work. I can drain it into the front cover, or I can drain it into the side of the oil pan. So I'm good there. The feed line, it won't be an issue. I'll be feeding that off the side of the oil pan. And let's see. I'm going to have an issue right here where the 5-inch exhaust will be coming right out here towards the frame, but I'm pretty sure I'll just like beat the exhaust in, or I'll put a thing, you know, in the exhaust to just clear this frame rail. It's not going to take much. These transmission lines are going to be going away. I'm pretty sure I'm going to mount the transmission cooler right here for now. And because I'm trying to do what I can to get weight more towards the rear of the car. This thing is real super nose heavy, obviously. So I'm going to do as much as I can to get the weight back. I would, ideally, I'd like to put this turbo like right here somewhere in space. But I'm all about simplicity, so this is about as simple as it's going to get. Anyways, so the next issue is the electric fan. It's that close. I'm not too worried about that right now. If I put a blanket on that housing, I will, on the exhaust housing of the turbo. So then that raises another issue. I have to put the wastegate either here or somewhere on this manifold. I'm probably going to put a single wastegate on the exhaust housing of the turbo. And I'm not sure. I thought about buying new wastegates. The 40 millimeter precision gates I have, they don't make anymore. And they don't sell parts for them. And when I got to put V-bands on for them, I have to buy Turbo Smart V-bands, and then I have to put them in a lathe and turn them to make them fit the precision gates. So even though the precision gates were fine, they worked just fine, I want to find a wastegate that is more common and I don't know, maybe bigger. Instead of doing 2 gates, go with one big single. I need to do more research on that. I don't know what I'm talking about on that. So, all right, the compressor side. It's still a compressor, and as you can see, it is not centered with the intake, and that's fine. I can't weld aluminum. I'm not very good at welding, period. So buying the V-band for this is not a problem. And then I'll probably, I don't know, I might have somebody weld a V-band on the throttle body. Not sure yet how I feel about that. Just because I don't know how much things are going to stretch or expand from the compressor to the throttle body. So I don't know if that's going to mess anything up when the pipe gets hot. So I might do like a short rubber coupler on the throttle body side, and then a V-band on the compressor side. I don't know, it's something else down the road I get figured out. I'll have to pull the blower off of it to start getting that stuff figured out. So next issue, radiator. All right, so the radiator hose, let's see, the bottom radiator hose is pointed straight. I can't go straight out because it goes right to the exhaust housing. I can't go around this way because it points right into the exhaust. So I thought about doing an AN fitting welded on here. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. Either that, or I'm going to see what exists out there in the world for some sort of an AN adapter here. I don't know. And then just do an AN hose, just a braided hose, and somehow route it. I don't know. Route it. I thought about going down or route it way out here. I don't know. I wish I wish I could just buy a different radiator, because then I would just go from here to somewhere up here on the radiator, or I don't know, do something different. This is goofy. All right, and then the upper radiator hose is the same dumb mess. It's not as bad, but you have this factory pipe coming out, and then it goes, up and makes a bend and goes over yonder and attaches that other hose end over there. You can see it. So I'm all, I'm all for hearing ideas on how to move or use a different radiator. I set this deal up for an LT1 radiator and fans because I don't have problems with them ever. The fans work really nice. They are really, really close to the turbo though. So I may want to do a pusher fan from the front, and that would obviously clean some stuff up here, make a little bit more room. Yeah. The new catch can, here's the existing catch can, right? So I'm not changing the catch can. I may change the location and try to put it on the front of the engine somewhere. But I've got a cover, ICT billet deal that gets rid of the knock sensors, welded 2 A fittings in it, and the hoses for it, which would be 2 -12 hoses, will be coming out of the front and going to the catch can. I think that'll be better than doing the valve cover deal. I'm not really liking that. All right, so has anybody got any ideas, suggestions? You see what I'm working with. I've tried to explain it the best I can. So yeah, let me know. Anyways, I'm done talking.